Dan Perry here with another Dan on Tech Active Directory video for Northeast State Community College. In this video, let's look more at the properties that are available for a user. So I'm going to go and right-click on my user and come down to Properties. And when I do, it'll open up my Properties window. And we've already filled out some of the basics: first and last name, middle initial, full name, their login name and security account name, which typically are identical. We have an option on whether or not to have an account go on basically forever until we manually expire it, or to expire it at a certain time. If you've got a contractor that you know is going to be done, say, in 30 days or 60 days or a particular time, you could have it expire their account at that time. You can always reactivate it if they come back. When you make changes, you can require a user to change his password at next login. Very typically, when you've got to create a new user, you'll have them change it because you use a default password that typically is used for all your new users. There are some other options there. You can require smart cards. You can say the password never expires so they don't have to change it. You could prevent them from changing it. The never expires and cannot change options are most often used for appliances that auto log in, such as a kiosk where you don't actually have a user log in, that it automatically logs in for it. There are also some options with encryption, how to store the password. By default, the passwords are stored so that they can't be decrypted, and that's the way you really want to do it. I don't know of any reason to change this store password using reversible encryption option. You're normally going to use all the defaults, but you can use the Kerberos DES. And if you use those other encryptions, those are just higher or more powerful encryption than Windows normally uses. Most of the time, you don't have to worry about that. We can actually control the hours a user logs on. So maybe you only want them to log on, let's say, Monday through Friday between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. So you'd go and take these other times and you would say the logon is denied. I normally would not control user logon individually. I would do that through some sort of a group or group policy. We can also control what computers they can log on. So if I want a user to only log into a single computer or a small group, I can control that as well. Next, we have our organizational information. In addition to their name, we can include their office, email address, a web page, job, title, phone numbers for them. I find that these are used more often when a company has a Microsoft Exchange server, because this integrates with it and those phone numbers and addresses and all are available there. If they're included, they can be published with a company directory. Next would be the group membership, and we'll talk about group membership in more detail in another video, as well as any passwords that may also be associated with this account. Profile information deals with where their user profile is stored, whether it's on a local machine, on a server, whether their home folder is locally on their machine or connected to a network. How are they going to authenticate? We can have some control over their authentication. There are a number of other extensions and things that we can control, such as remote control, remote desktop services. Some of these will be covered in later movies. Under the Organization tab, we've already looked at their organization, password, extensions. So we can go from tab to tab and set these by using the Active Directory Administrative Center, they're laid out much nicer in typically that first screen than in Active Directory users and computers, but all of the same objects, the same properties and all are available in both. Thank you for watching this Dan on Tech video for Northeast State Community College. Please subscribe to this playlist so you don't miss future videos.